It's slightly more fun than getting checked into the boards at full speed. This is Hockey Talk on 1440 and 101.9 FM. WNFL.
We're joined by our player guests now for the program tonight. Veterans of the team, returning defenseman Jackson Charlesworth and returning forward Matt Jennings. Good afternoon, guys, or evening, I guess, at this point. I don't know. Matt was with me on the TV show here at like 6:50 in the morning, so I give you credit for coming and doing this. Yes,
and welcome back. These are second-time guys in here. They should be old pros. We're expecting big things from these guys today.
So what we do a little bit different than we did last year, the last time that you guys were on this program, is I just have random questions that I'm going to fire off at you. You guys got to answer the first thing that comes to your head, and we'll just start a conversation. You guys good to go?
Yep.
All right. First and foremost, we'll start with forward Matt Jennings. Toughest place that you have played in? Toughest arena?
Des Moines, I think.
I'd have to say the Des Moines, too.
Why is that? Why Des Moines?
Their fans are just crazy. I don't know how to explain it.
Like they sit right on top of the glass, and they can it almost feels like they can reach over and touch you, and they're kind of like animals there.
It's a great barn.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a great barn.
It's a small rink too, so it's loud, and it's normally a more physical game because it's a small rink.
And it's the smaller, it's a small building to begin with, and it's a small ice sheet, so you have way less time and space. So you're getting hit, and people are screaming.
Game feels very fast.
Yeah.
That's great, though. What an atmosphere. Would you rather play anywhere? I mean, that's a great environment, isn't it? What's the toughest place you've played in, Scott?
I would say it's funny. Like Chilliwack was always a tough place to go, and then Gdansk when we were in Poland, it was always a. I mean, it was always a
For our
experience.
listeners at home, that's Canada.
No, I don't know. That's Poland. That's when I was playing over in Poland.
Chilliwack is Canada.
Right on the Baltic Sea. I mean, it was always a tough place to play. It was freezing cold. A rink. Yeah, it was a nasty. The fans, same thing. They're all screaming, "I hate Canadians."
We love our Canadians
tough.
here, though, on the show,
thank
right?
Thank you.
What hobby would you get into if time and money weren't an issue?
Golf.
Yeah.
There we
Kyle.
go.
I'd say golf too. I already play golf a lot, but I think I'd really buy in if I had the money and time.
You carry a handicap with golf when you play enough to.
I'm about a three or four.
Wow.
Who's the best golfer on the team this year?
Andy Carroll.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd like to get the guys out, the golfers on the team, to do like a par 3 challenge.
That'd be fun.
And
Well, he
then
says he
closest
plays
to
a
the
little
pin.
bit, but I'm 3 or 4.
I played high school.
Yeah. I play also a little bit. I'm an 18 to 22. What job would you be terrible at? Matt. We'll start with
Doctor.
Matt.
Anything with computers. Just not very good with tech stuff.
What is the most annoying habit that other people have?
Chewing with their mouth open, definitely.
That's the
absolutely.
worst.
That's the worst thing ever.
Hey.
Yeah.
Makes you want to throw up.
Or taking food off other people's plates.
Oh, that's the worst. My wife does that all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, just get it. Right?
Hey,
I can't.
I get it.
Scott's like, I'm not getting into this conversation.
Well, Kareem might be listening out
Yeah,
there. I got to be careful with that one. But mine's the soda one. You stop at a gas station and, hey, do you want a soda? No, I'm good. So I'll go buy a Diet Coke, and then she drinks it.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's.
So I get it, guys. I'm with you.
It's the worst.
We're there. What skill would you like to master?
I go back to golf.
I think. Do you ever master golf?
Kyle, this is on you.
I don't think you ever.
It depends what you think of mastering. I mean, if winning a couple majors is what you want, then probably, yeah, I think Jordan Spieth has mastered his skill, but...
Even, help me, Jackson and Matt, even Jordan Spieth would say he's not a very good golfer at times, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So you're always overcritical as a golfer.
Golf is the hardest sport in the world, I think.
I feel like there's only room for improvement in my game right now, though. So.
I think that's one of the only sports, though, you can be really terrible and still maybe enjoy golf.
Yeah.
I still think
you can
hockey's
go-
the hardest sport in the world because Brendan Shanahan said it best when you the guys with the skating and the hand-eye and the physical tough, the fitness level. I
But
mean,
you don't really have to have a lot of athletic ability to play golf. That's where I'm
it's still special. Yeah, it's an amazing game, but hockey is it's special just because you got to put it all together to be a great player.
What saves golf, I think, is the fact that you can drink while playing it.
Kind of like darts.
Yeah.
Well, beer league hockey too, right?
True.
What do we have for time? All right, we got one more and we'll take a break. What state or country do you never want to go back to?
Don't say Canada.
I'm going with Canada.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know.
Why Canada? Sorry, why Canada?
I don't know. I just didn't like it when I was there.
Is that right?
Yeah, I went to Quebec and just wasn't really a huge fan. Thought the people were kind of fake.
Well, we'd love to have you back.
Wow, did you hear that, Scott? He thinks Canadians are fake.
Hey, that's okay. Everybody's entitled to their level of fakeness. But
Scott's all real.
I would
right
like
here.
you to come back where we can, hopefully change that a little bit. But I'm sorry you had a bad experience in Canada.
I think just Canadians with hockey, they're just so passionate about their sport, right? It's like Americans with football. Hockey is just the thing.
Well, you like to think, in Canada, we always say hockey is our game, and it's our game. Well, right now, you look at Austin Matthews, you look at Jack Eichel, you look at some of these guys coming through the system. I mean, Canada, there is the Connor McDavids of the world, but there's some unbelievable American players coming through the system. We saw it with USA 17s, and there's some great players in the system.
We got to step out for a break. More to come with Jackson Charlesworth and Matt Jennings. It's Hockey Talk in WNFL.
Hockey Talk continues on 1440 and 101.9 WNFL.
Welcome back to our program. This is Hockey Talk here on WNFL. I'm Jason Havoc, along with Scott Jewett every Tuesday night, 6 to 7 p.m. We're visiting with the Gambler players Matt Jennings and Jackson Charlesworth, returners to the show, returners to the team. And we're knee-deep into just random questions with the fellas
ripping
tonight.
on Canada.
And I think that was a well-timed commercial break, so you guys could iron out some differences.
Yeah.
So we can get back to the regular
kind of
program
simmer down
here.
a little bit here, and
What I like about our leadership here, captain, assistant captain, is they didn't back down at all.
that's
Now I
awesome.
would have backed down and said, "Hey, Canada's okay."
Well, I know I've said it
I see that
before.
right. I ran over to your microphone. I said, "Canada's okay."
I think it
Just because
speaks
I'm
to
not a part of this.
Coach Mickish. It speaks to the staff. With the Gamblers, it speaks to the relationship with the captains and the role they play in the team. Because, that's a very, very important role. If listeners don't know, the captains are, you want to say the eyes and the ears for the coach at all times. It's a pretty cool thing to be a captain. So, congratulations, fellas.
So for our listeners at home, Jackson Charlesworth is our captain this year. Matt Jennings, an assistant captain. Big honor for you guys to be chosen as the leadership group along with others on the team. But also, there's a right with that, but, there's also, you have to lead too. And then talk a little bit about your leadership goals this year and where you want to take this team and how you're going to lead this team.
Just be myself. I think a lot of times when you walk into being a captain or assistant captain, sometimes you try and be too big of an impact, and sometimes it's a negative way. So I'm just going to try and be myself and lead by example and do everything I've been doing to get noticed by my teammates and my coaches to be a leader on the team and be a co-captain with Jens. We have a really good group of older guys this year, and I think everyone's very qualified to be a captain, be a leader, and I was just super honored to be chosen. So.
No, that's great. And Matt, you're an assistant captain. And I'm not going to ask you the same question. I want to go back to Jackson's fight, Dubuque. I couldn't bring up the highlight because we just didn't have the audio with it, but I want you to rate that fight because as a fan watching the game, wow, that's a pretty good tilt. I like to see our leadership get a little physical out there, right, Scott?
Hey, I'm all about that. I'm interested to see what's going to happen here, though.
What do you think, Matt? How did he do?
He did well. It wasn't a very well set up fight just because he came in trying to stand up for someone, which is a very respectable thing.
Very captain-like thing to do.
Very captain-like thing, and I'd give him an 8 with it, but the other kid didn't get his gloves off, so I don't know that it can stay at an 8. So maybe it has to go down to a 7, but he handled himself very well and didn't really eat too many big ones.
I feel like this is the Barstool Pizza review. You got a 7.6.
Well, I got to ask you, it's a tough question. As players in the USHL, what do you think about fighting at this point? We're trying to take it out of the game on the national level and in the USHL. Is there a place for fighting in the game?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it keeps not just for the fans, but it keeps players safe, I think.
Keeps everyone honest.
Yeah.
You can't have the knuckleheads of the world running around knowing that nothing's going to happen if they act like donkeys. So.
Well, case in point, on Friday morning in Youngstown, did Noah Prokop get run, and then that's how Kyler Head got into it?
Yes.
The highlight that we ran. So So, did you guys see that play kind of progress? Can you walk us through a little bit what happened and why that's important to police the game?
Well, Prokop was going for a late change, and the kid just blindsided him, and Kyler stepped in and kind of took control and showed him that we're not going to take that as a team, and I think it was necessary.
You know what's-
It looked like a vicious hit.
It's
like
funny
it
though.
just, I mean,
It's funny though what the game's become and what the fighting, the fighting part has become. I watched Los Angeles and Toronto Maple Leafs last night, and there was a beautiful hit that Dominique Moore was just railroaded at the blue line. Beautiful, clean hit. Well, right away, Matt Martin goes and grabs the guy that makes the hit and starts a fight. Well, there was no need for fighting, and the guy got his bell rung. I mean, there's no need to fight really on that play. It was a clean hit. But it seems like there's more of that in fighting.
I like
anymore,
the
too.
momentum switch too. I think when Jackson fought against Dubuque, I think the momentum switched to our side. Of course, we won that game.
Right.
The rest is history. But I always like the momentum switch too when it comes to fight. You get
There's
the
a
crowd
time for
back
sure.
into it.
There's a time and a place for
Get
sure.
the team going.
Just wonder sometimes if we pick the right time and place anymore. But
That's fair enough. All right, back to the questions that are more important than this. We got a couple more, and then we got to step out for a break and say goodbye to our players here. But who's your go-to band or artist when you can't decide on something to listen to?
Eric Church.
nice.
Taylor Swift.
Oh my God.
I don't know. It was the only thing I could think of.
Little T Swift.
Gotta mix it up a little bit. I'm glad you're comfortable enough to say that. It's impressive.
What's your favorite T Swift song?
I don't know. Teardrops on my guitar is pretty good.
Little 22.
Yeah, 22.
22 is a good one. There you go. Well done.
Country Taylor, okay.
What TV show or movie do you refuse to watch? If all your buddies are like, this is a show you gotta watch, you're like, I'm never gonna get to that.
Mean Girls.
Really?
Yeah.
Criminal Minds.
That's like the best show ever.
I was like, well, okay, you gotta explain that.
I want to see people getting slaughtered in weird ways every episode.
I'm with you. I don't watch it either.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Everyone says it's so good. And the thing is, seeing people get killed in weird ways, all it does is
Just
make you
can't
think
do it.
about, okay, that could be me.
That's a valid point.
Prepares you. Prepares it.
I think, Matt, that's because you lived in Topeka for a year. I think that's a paranoia of living in Topeka,
And
Kansas.
the Atlanta one probably doesn't help it. So.
One last question for you before we let you guys go. What is the most annoying question that people ask you all the time?
What's junior hockey?
100% what's junior hockey.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy how you get that question a ton? We do all these interviews and whatnot through the course of the year, and the first question that comes up, I'll agree with you 100%. They come up to you, what's junior hockey? What's the age group? Are these guys professionals? Are they not? Are they college players playing in the summer when it's not summer?
Well, you think about how far it's come. I mean, it's come a long way in the last 10 years in this area where there's some knowledgeable hockey fans out there too.
Yeah.
So in 10 years, I'm sure that question's going to be asked a lot less.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we appreciate your time tonight. We got to step out for a break. That's Matt Jennings and Jackson Charlesworth. Well done tonight. Good job, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yep. Thank you.